I saw one big, strong farmer stand up in an agriculture meeting I was at not long ago, a month and a half or so, and he looked at me, and there weren't tears in his eyes, but it wouldn't have been far. He said, "Tim, do you really think we can turn this back?" I said, "Absolutely." I said, "Why?" I said, "Because we're Americans. We don't lose. And we have principles of truth that when used work. They don't come easy, but they work. The other side doesn't have that. They've got to lie. They've got to cheat. They've got to steal elections, as it were. They've got to use rules the wrong way. They've got to use minor points. We can go full-blown with truth, with strength, with character. We can stand with the immigrants who say, this is a country that we will defend. And I think that's where we go. I'll certainly be out there. Sue is certainly out there. You won't see another candidate's wife fighting as hard as Sue is. And we're doing it for Micah and Claire. Johnny is in heaven, but those other two grandkids are still there. And Mike is on this earth because of a great healthcare system that saved him. His twin brother, he didn't make it. But Mike is healthy today and talked to his grandpa last night about his new squirt gun. Big one, Grandpa. And then I got a chance to tell him what manure is last night too, because I was talking about a big tractor out front of Grandpa's house. I was spreading manure. Heard a little whisper in the background. Heard my son say to him, "Ask Grandpa what manure is." "Grandpa, what's manure?" I hesitated. "Cow poopies." But he's healthy because of America. Born at 1 pound, 12 ounces, 12 inches long, 24 weeks. He wouldn't have survived other places. But he's here. And that's what I think we're all fighting for. Yes, sir.
I've got I guess a criticism, a Republican criticism in the past, which is they've really blundered their way through recently. The biggest example is McCain. Okay, they put him up in front for president. I mean, somebody like me who knows nothing about politics, through the moment he was elected, we were lost in the campaign because of his past record and activities. So,
but who put him up?
I don't know who put him up.
The voter did.
Who did?
The voter did. Even, you know.
No. Who made him the candidate? The voters that made him a candidate.
He did. He made himself a candidate, and the voters put him in.
Okay.
And that may have been crossover votes too. But it also meant that we didn't get out and work hard enough for Mitt Romney or Huckabee or a number of others. The issue still comes back to us. McCain didn't get to that nomination by just saying, "I'm going to be the candidate. Get out of the way, guys." He got enough voters, whether they were crossover Democrats plus Republicans or whatever, that voted for him. And I think that's where we have to say, what is past is past. You know, I've apologized, I think, my last time for the Republican Party. I wasn't part of it. I didn't vote for that garbage. I was elected because Joe Schwartz voted for that garbage.
My second point, though, is the Republicans, at least historically, this is my personal opinion, when it came time to stand up and push the opposition, they back away. Okay? When it came time to push at a certain point, they back away. They just didn't have enough aggressive stance in certain key issues. And I'm hoping that's changed.
Well, I think it has changed.
I don't mean to be illegal. I don't mean to beat somebody up. I'm just saying you got to have, in Italian it's called coglione.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know what that is, it's testicles. Okay? They just didn't seem to have the coglione at a certain key point to do the pushing instead of taking the shoving.
Yeah. I mean, it happened in '94 after they had the great success with the contract with America, and then Clinton gets reelected a second term and they weaken. They said, "Wow, what does that mean for us in the next election?" That's where I say they have to have the electorate behind them too. I mean, they can also point to me, "Hey, Walberg, you went up there and you fought, and what did they do? They targeted you. They took you out. Contract was placed on me by Rahm Emanuel, and he carried out the contract." That tells others, well, it cost Walberg. I'm not sure I want to go that far. That's why I say there ought to be people standing up behind it. saying, we're gonna keep you in if you do right. You stand tough.